Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, I think this is going to be a very interesting episode for you guys, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with this episode. So make sure you go and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, one of the reoccurring comments we get on this channel is this: talk about LeBron James every single day. That's all you talk about is good old LeBron James. These are the comments we get every single day. Now, these comments usually come from LeBron James supporters who lurk around our channel. And basically what they do is they wait for us to say anything about him, literally. And then they pounce, right? And if we say something that's not positive in their eyes, then you know, they're gonna jump up and start. And hey, why'd you say that? They get to the point where why you have him in that thumbnail? Why you have him in the picture? You need LeBron, man. Y'all need LeBron. Blah 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 blah. All of these different things, right? So this is usually what happens on our channel, right? And some of them even go as far as telling us, all you do is, and I'm like, bro, you gonna tell me what we produce? You gonna tell me that? Like, no, I can see it, man. You don't. I know you. This is what happens. They be telling us what we produce, like it's crazy, and I think it's usually hilarious. And I tell them, I said, listen, the person that really needs to talk about LeBron is not me. The person that really needs to talk about LeBron is Skip Bayless and these boys, not us. Our channel, other people are interested in other things on our channel. Jordan, other stuff, they're not interested in that. But Skip Bayless and these guys are the ones that really need it, and because of it. I think Skip Bayless and these guys look for every single opportunity on Undisputed to talk about LeBron James or anything related to him. Now, some people say, oh, you're just making it up. Well, it seems as if Skip Bayless just publicly admitted it after the criticism that he came under when he made some comments about Bronny James, who's LeBron James's first son, who has aspirations of getting to the NBA. So for those of you who didn't hear Skip Bayless with his own two lips, basically talking about why he has to talk about LeBron every single freaking day, and even his kids at this point, take a listen to him here yesterday on Undisputed, explaining basically why he has to do that, and we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to that.
It shocked me last night when my tweet exploded because I wasn't criticizing Bronny. I was merely commenting on a young man who is going to be a focal point for this show and everybody else from this point forward, because I'm going to remind everybody, Bronny is almost 18 years of age.
Yes.
And I'm going to remind everybody that Bronny is going into his senior year, and that we constantly discuss on this show, in 2 years, will he be good enough to play alongside his father in his father's year 22? Year 22. Will Bronny be good enough to be a first-round pick or a second-round pick at 6'3"-ish? I don't know. Could he grow to 6'4"? Maybe. But usually by this age, wouldn't you agree this is about it?
Right.
Wouldn't you say 6'3" is probably going to be
unless you're Anthony Davis or David Robinson.
Yeah, that took off. Yeah. Okay. So the point is, when this took off, I look back at my tweet and I said, I didn't intend this as criticism. I intended it as a commentary on what I saw, because I said, hey, Bronny, this is my tweet, impressive. But your dad would have dunked it left-handed. His dad is ambidextrous.
Right.
And most NBA players, remember, Bronny goes coast to coast on the play.
Right.
So he gets up the head of steam. Then he crosses over his defender and gets him backpedaling a little off balance.
Right.
Then as he goes up, I'm expecting it to be a left-handed slam. And at the last second, almost like spur of the second, he decides to dunk it with his inside hand on a much taller. The defender looks like he's 4 inches tall.
Exactly.
Right? Well, you're dunking it right into the teeth of the defender.
Correct.
You're risking he's going to get a hand on the basketball, if not make you eat the basketball, right?
Correct. Yes.
Like tie you up with a hand on the ball.
Correct.
Okay. So that surprised me, but my last line, but you sure got away with it though, because he got away with it because it was so fast. It was lightning fast dunk, and it took, you could see everybody in the arena, they were just knocked over by it because you didn't see it coming, because it was so last second that the 6'3" kid he's going as fast as he can run with a basketball.
Right.
Boom. And he one hand slams it with his right hand into the, okay. So I'm just commenting about this. Well, I don't read my comments on Twitter. So at the end of the night, Ernestine, who's barely speaking to me, thanks to you. It's thanks to you. You did it to me.
I just broached the topic and you just took off.
And she says, well, you did it again. I don't look at my mentions. And she said, I'm getting a bunch of Google alerts. You're getting ripped for ripping this poor kid.
Right.
Like, you got to lay off the kid. And she was on, as usual, LeBron's side and Bronny's side. You got to lay off him. And I said, well, number one, I didn't rip him. Number two, he's almost 18 years of age. And number three, I tried to explain to her that there are three huge narratives right now in the National Basketball Association. Number one, where is KD going to play?
Right.
Number two, will Russ ever be traded for Kyrie straight up in some way, shape, or form?
Mm-hmm.
Will they trade places? And what's the third biggest narrative, if not it rivals number one and two, is will LeBron be able to play with Bronny and or Bryce, but just Bronny? Let's just keep it to Bronny. Will LeBron be able to play with Bronny?
Here's my question. Why talk about Bronny James at all? He said he's going to be the next biggest thing in news and media. And no, he's not. No, he's not. He's going to be the best big thing in media and news for you. And you're the one that's going to make the news. Usually these big platforms that talk about things, they're the ones that make the news. You have a massive platform like that with hundreds of thousands of viewers or listeners, whatever it is that tune in every single day. You talk about something enough, it's going to become news. My question is, why even talk about the kid? He's not even in college yet. Allow him to go to college. You talk about the guy so much that you end up criticizing the kid. And you gave him a backhanded compliment by saying, good job with the dunk, but your dad would have did it better. Like, what the hell? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? To me, I think it's just another reason, just a cheap way to get views and ratings, in my personal opinion. In my personal opinion, that's what I think. I think people that are interested in that content are only people that are really interested in LeBron James. If you poll a normal NBA fan that's maybe interested in their team or their player or other narratives, like, nobody cares about that except him. Why? Because Skip Bayless is transfixed on talking about LeBron, and he's going to milk that cow any single way that he can, even if it resorts down to talking about the guy's kid. This is just my personal opinion. I don't think it takes a lot of brain power to use that as a topic item. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We've been in this business for about 3 years, and I'll tell you, the hardest thing to do in sports media, by far, the hardest thing to do is come up with topics, good topics. If you have the topics, everything else follows. If you don't have the topics, there's nothing to talk about. Therefore, there's no work to be done. And if you keep regurgitating the same thing over and over and over again, let me ask you, how difficult is it for you? How much effort does it take? This is my opinion on it, and I'm not backing down on it. I think they're going to milk this thing till the wheels fall off. And then when LeBron retires, he's going to start talking about his son. That's what I think is going to happen. Period. End of story. I think Skip Bayless sees everything through the lens of LeBron. And I got to say this point. For a Michael Jordan fan, I rarely see Skip Bayless talk about Michael Jordan. The only time he talks about Jordan is when it pertains to LeBron. These guys can't come up with an original topic with something interesting. There's news coming out about MJ every single week. We produce shows on it. All it takes is a little bit of effort and research. And there are tens of millions of people that are interested in hearing about Michael Jordan. Tens of millions. Why don't you produce content around that? But he won't. They'll just look for the easy way out to talk about LeBron or his kids. To me, I think it's ridiculous. Skip is transfixed on LeBron or anything related to. There's no single day that goes by where they don't talk about something that is related to him. Not one day. And you just heard him admit publicly that basically he's the next big thing. So we got to milk that horse. I'm not thinking about producing content about Bronny James when the season starts. There's so many interesting narratives to talk about. Why would I just narrow my content down to just that? How broad is that? So to me, this is my take. Some people agree, some people disagree. This is what I truly believe. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And oh, by the way, for the people that say, well, you do it too. The proof is in the pudding, my brother. Go look at the channel. The videos are public. You can go look at them. Go look at the last 50 videos we did and go see what those videos are about. These people that keep saying that y'all are just talking. The evidence is there. Y'all think just like y'all are just little mini Skip Baylesses. Everything that revolves around your head is about LeBron, so you think everybody else is talking about him. We're not rapping here. Nobody's taking subliminal shots at LeBron. It's just you dudes that think about this dude 24/7, so therefore you think everybody's talking about him. We ain't rapping here, bro. We're doing sports. Catch y'all on the next episode.